Good morning. Driving down the road, going to work today, and had a thought as I jump out into traffic about faith. And the thing about faith I want to talk about today, maybe the biggest aspects of it, is dependency. The notion of being dependent on your God. That is one of the most important parts of faith, that you actually depend on Him. You trust in Him in a way where you no longer trust in yourself. So, dependency. I was laying awake this morning thinking about that we do all have faith. You know, I got my car. I didn't call AAA to come out and start it for me this morning. I just got in it and I went. It's not 100% faith. I know there's a possibility I might need AAA or a neighbor or somebody. It's just that there is faith there, and you go to the very basic human faith. A baby, once they're born, there's no choice. They are completely dependent on others, and hopefully two parents. So once they identify and learn and realize who it is they're dependent upon in an intellectual sense, you know, beyond the intuitive, they start to really realize, wow, this person or these people are going to be there when I'm hungry, when I'm uncomfortable, when I'm in pain, when I need something. I'm completely dependent on them. Completely dependent on them. So that the extent the child has faith, they really do. We're taught all the time to say, you know, Abba Father, that's what you're to do. It's just that it doesn't seem to really be taught. It's kind of mentioned as a sweet thing. But we all know that you got to be accountable and you got to make sure you do the right things. I mean, come on, He's God and He's a just God. So look out. Here's the rules. You know what they are. Do them. You don't want Him to have to smite you or send you off into hell, do you? He's a fair God. He's got to punish you, right? And I'm trying to reconcile that with faith, because He's not just a really super good Father. He's the perfect Father. And in the context of being dependent on someone, you know, that little child is dependent because they've learned to be dependent, because they need to be dependent. They need to trust that one because they don't have any idea how to feed themselves, what to do when they get injured. They just know, that child just knows. He or she better get in touch with the one that takes care of things. But one day that parent could be not there, or sick, or a bad parent, or even die. But we have a God that's never going to be sick, that's never going to die, and is never going to be a bad parent. So then you might say, well, what's the definition of a bad parent? A good parent has to punish his kids, has to whoop them real good, doesn't he? That's where I fall away from religion, because He does have perfect love, and it is a love that says, I'm still going to love you even when you hate me or forsake me or deny me or even say that I don't exist. I'm still going to be here, and if you need me, I'm going to come running. I'm going to already be there, basically. He says, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. He doesn't need to come running. In essence, He's already there. So if I believe that, and I'm seeking to get that deeper in me, that reality, that the fuller understanding of that revelation, of that truth, that He is there. He is a perfect Father. He is there with me, so I can live that life of total dependency on Him. Total dependency. I mean, yes, I get up and I go to work, but I know that without Him, there's no fingers, there's no toes, there's no ability to even think to do work. So that dependency, whether I admit to it or not, it's already there. I already have total dependence on Him, because if He doesn't want my next heartbeat to happen, it won't happen. I'm not saying that in the sense of make sure you fear God or else He might strike you dead. I'm saying that just to illustrate His sovereignty. Obviously, if God does not want a certain person to be alive anymore, they won't be alive anymore. Now, as to whether He is maintaining that heartbeat constantly, and as soon as He removes His attention from that heartbeat, it will stop beating. I don't know about all that. I just know that the reality is my total dependence is on Him, so I might as well learn to act that way. So that means, by definition, not just getting rid of myself, my old habits, my own trust in self, but my trust in every other thing, institutions of man and church and science and all of that, and you can say, oh my God, here's going the pin-headed, narrow-minded, typical Christian. It's all Jesus or nothing, and if Jesus didn't say it, he didn't believe it, so he's just going to throw out everything. Boy, he probably doesn't even believe in global warming, you know. For what it's worth, I don't. Not man-made global warming. I do believe God's in control. I believe he gave us these lives and we have them to live, and we can make our own decisions. I also believe that if I'm dependent on him, then he'll be helping me make the best decision I can make. But he's not making it for me. If I'm about to make a really stupid decision that's going to cause a lot of pain, and I trust in him, I believe he probably going to be there to guide me. Mark, this is not a good one. He's probably going to speak to my conscience. But the point is, if I'm really trusting him, I probably won't get to that point. But if I do, his eternal plan is still going to be the one that bears out in the end, that's going to win out. Because I made the decision to trust in him. I can still make decisions that cause all kinds of problems. It's just that I made the most important decision, that's to trust in him. And I don't know how to trust in him perfectly, obviously. So why, if I don't meet a certain standard, 99%, 49%, 51%, whatever it is, how can it possibly be that I would lose him once I don't meet that standard? I made the decision to trust in him to the best that I can. But I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm maturing. That's just a thought I wanted to lay down, so to speak, about dependency. We should be hopefully desiring, learning to be like that child that trusts in their parent. What now? What should I do? What are you doing? What are we doing? And learning that total trust and dependence on him. That's what I'm trying to learn, because I did trust in myself when I was in religion. I trusted in the fact that I was baptized. I trusted in the fact that I believed the right things. And that has nothing to do with depending on God, obviously. It has to do with trusting in what your behavior is and that you're going to get rewarded for it. So, for instance, I'll read on this real quick. I was listening to the radio yesterday, and this man was talking about how the attitude of some of the people of his particular denomination, Catholic, is that, well, I tithe, I do this, I do that. Why is this happening that's not good? Or why is that not happening that is good? I do my part. It should happen to me. And he's acknowledging that people feel this way, and it's very common. I understand, but you can't. You got to stop making yourself. You got to stop feeling that way. Make yourself stop feeling that way. It's another fascinating thing about so-called faith-based belief systems. They tell you to stop thinking certain things according to your own will. But the thing is he acknowledged something that I never understood, and I saw it all around me in my particular system. Was people were always wondering, why is God beating me up? I do what I'm supposed to do. Why isn't God blessing me more? I do what I'm supposed to do. Those exact words might not be used, but still, it's like, I don't understand this. Why is this happening to me? And the flip side of that coin is, well, it shouldn't be happening to me, obviously, because God owes me. And again, those words are not used, but that is the sentiment. God owes me. I'm faithful to church. I tithe. I go to the conventions. I wear some hats in the building. I do all these things I'm supposed to do. I'm doing my part, and I just realize it's kind of sad and empty way to live compared to the total dependence, where you just rest in that love and trusting and knowing, well, things might be okay now, but if they're not, I have them, and then when things aren't so okay, I have them. The point is, I have them. Things are okay, things are not okay. I know I have Father right here with me at all times. There's never a situation where I find myself saying, what's wrong with God? Why isn't God taking care of this? God is supposed to do this. But I'm getting long-winded, and that's a nice song. So I'm going to go to work and put my headphones on and have a good day, and I trust you will too. In Jesus' name, amen.